The Traxxas TRX-4, for sure one of the most rugged RC cars out there. But even a beast like this eventually will need some repairs. Today I will show you step by step how to swap out your motor and get back on the trails. For this we will need some basics, and the first part we'll need is the motor itself. We will need the battery to run some diagnostics and the controller for the same purpose. You will need a 1.5, 2 and 3 mm Hex drivers. Anyone will do, also the ones supplied by Traxxas that came with your car. A pair of pliers might come in handy, a pair of gloves to keep it clean, and some paper towel to clean some parts. First of all, I will show you how to do the diagnostics to be sure it's your motor that needs replacement. Remove the body by removing the 4 body clips and lift it straight up. Start by connecting your battery. Then turn on your radio and turn on the car by pressing the button on the speed controller. To check if the car receives the signal of the radio, we can turn the steering. The wheels should react. To check the throttle signal, we can look at the light on the speed controller. It should be solid green in neutral position and full throttle position, and go blank in between. Now we know for sure that the car is receiving its signal, and we can assume the motor is a broken part. Remove the battery from the car so it's safe to work on, and now let's have a look at how to swap out your motor. To have an easy access to the motor, first of all we will remove the battery tray. Grab your 2 mm hex and start unscrewing the 4 screws. Note that the 2 screws closest to the motor are flat-headed screws. The 2 screws that hold the battery tray on the back are fitted through the chassis and are round-headed screws. Turn around your model and remove the last screw. The battery tray can now be removed by lifting it, sliding it to the front and then twisting it out. I find it handy to put the screws back where they belong. In this way I am sure I will not mix them up later on. We will now unplug the power wires of the motor. In order to do so, remove them from the cable management clip. The first cable that came out of my car might not be in yours. This is totally normal. This is an optional part. Just unplug the thick black and red wire, as you can see now, thus disconnecting the motor from the speed controller. The next part to remove is the motor cover, held back by these 3 screws. For this we are still using the 2 mm hex. The motor is now completely loose and can be lifted out of the car. You can also just pick up the motor cover from it. We will now remove the motor mount from the motor. Note the position of the screws. For this we will have to switch to a 3 mm hex. If your car utilizes another motor, the screws might be positioned differently. Remove the motor mount from the motor. If you're using a Traxxas motor, this is the exact position of the screws. The last part that needs to be removed from the old motor is the pinion gear. Therefore, we will need the 1.5 mm hex, gently loosen the screw and remove the pinion gear from the motor shaft. The new motor will be the original part with reference 3975R. Note that there is a flat part on the motor shaft. If the pinion gear is dirty, give it a little wipe before reinstalling it. Slide the pinion gear over the motor shaft, make sure the screw lands on the flat end of the shaft and tighten it. As this is metal on metal, you might want to use some Loctite here. In order to reinstall the motor plate, look for the 2 opposite holes on the motor. These are the 3 mm screws again, so get your right tool for the job. Align the screws with the motor and fasten them. If you would install another type of motor, it might be possible that you would need to use other holes on the motor mount. But as we are using the original Traxxas part, the final result should look like this. To reinstall the motor on the gearbox, align these two ridges with these grooves on the gearbox. You can simply drop the motor into the grooves, aligning the pinion gear with the spur gear. The motor should fall in place quite simply. To be sure, check that everything is moving freely. Don't worry, the motor isn't fixed in place yet. That will be done by the motor cover. Just align it with the 3 screw holes. To fasten these 3 screws, we will again need the 2 mm hex driver. Be careful not to over tighten these screws, you are screwing into plastic. Once all 3 screws are tightened, the motor will be fixed. Now it is time to reconnect the power to the motor. In order to do this, we will take the big black cable from the motor and from the speed controller and connect them to each other, and do the same thing for the red cables. Make sure these connections are well insulated. Time for some cable management. Use a cable clip that is mounted on the chassis of the car. Insert all the cables into there. Remember that this third cable might not be present on your car, as we talked about in the beginning of this video. The battery tray is the last part to reinstall. Slide it into the chassis with a twist. Push it forward to align it with the screw holes. Be careful not to pinch any cables underneath the battery tray. Remember the flathead screws on the front, the roundhead screws on the back. Once the battery tray is secured, the only thing left is to see if the car runs smoothly as before. Don't forget the 2 screws on the back. And now for the moment of truth. Let's check if the diagnostics were correct. Insert the battery, connect it, turn on your radio and turn on your car. To test if the motor is working, lift the car, or even better, place your car on something so the wheels can spin freely. This concludes this tutorial. If you learned something, leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And now get out and go hit that trail. Bye!